Let's see if we go live. Okay. It looks like we're going live on... Okay. Looks like we are live on YouTube. Let's check. We're live here. Let's go ahead and share this out real quick. So I'm going to share this out on the TRS-80 group real quick.
Sounds good.
Share on a group. And then I'll share it on the I'm a Coconut group too. Don't mind the ice being poured into a cup back there in the background. Okay. So I think we're live. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So we are back. We are live. We are on the internets. I got to get this joystick. I am now just because I think this is going to be a better use of a more loosey-goosey analog joystick. I'm using more of a Black Beauty style joystick now instead of Sheldon McDonald's stick. But we're looking at debuts of some, well, they're not brand new, but they're new. And if you've never seen them before, they're new to you, right? So these are some new games for the CoCoVGA. And I have with me on the call right now the creator of the CoCoVGA, who is Brendan Donaghy, and his daughter Morgan, who has made these games. Hello, Brendan. Hello, Morgan.
Hello, everybody.
All
Say
right.
hello.
Hi!
Hey, Morgan. All right, so I'm looking at one of your games right now, Bombs Away. Press any key to begin. Use the right joystick to avoid bombs. Collect hearts for extra lives and points. All right, that sounds pretty straightforward. So, here I am. Now, I'm this little dude on the bottom, this person, and the bombs are falling. And you made this game all by yourself, right, Morgan?
Yes?
And this
With
is...
help from my dad.
I like it. I like it. So I'm using the joystick, and I'm just moving right now. I'm moving to the left. The bombs are falling. Oh, there's a heart over there. I missed a heart. Okay. Oh, here's a heart coming up. Okay. So my lives right now are 3. This is good. Now, you designed the characters too, right? So you designed the person and the bombs and the heart?
Yes.
Yeah, which is pretty cool, right? So that's one of the cool things about the CoCoVGA is you can actually change what the characters on the screens look like. You can redefine the character set, which opens up a lot of ideas for games. And this has given me some ideas. And that was one of the things I was really excited to get this for, because I want to do a version of my Cosmic Aliens on this where I can just design the aliens like this. Oh, see, I just got the heart and made the noise that time too when I got the... Oh, I got an extra life for doing that. Okay. So I come over here and I catch the heart. Oh, I missed it. I guess you have to be there like early, right? You can't catch it at the last minute. Okay, I got it. I got the heart. I got 5 lives. Look at me. I'm doing good. Now, does the game does it speed up over time?
No.
Okay.
We need to change that, though.
Does it? Are you slowing it down, or is this like running at its natural speed at the time being?
Yeah, it's running at max speed. We're actually using the double speed.
The
poke.
double speed poke. Okay. Cool stuff.
But, yeah, we can make it go faster. I've proposed to Morgan that we consider porting it to C, actually.
Oh, and actually that was one of the things I was thinking about too, because I noticed you guys are doing a lot of discussions on CMOC right now. And that, when you think about some of your choices, obviously assembly is great, and that's one of the things I'm working on learning. Yep. But if you can work on C for the short term and get some more speed out of it, there's nothing wrong with that either, right? So
absolutely.
No, I like it. It's pretty straightforward. It's nice raining down of things. Avoid the bad things, catch the good things. Yep. And cool stuff. All right, let me see what happens when you die. I'm going to die on purpose. I'm losing my lives now. I'm getting boinked on the head by bombs. Now, I don't know if this is going to... This might slow it down. But I'm just thinking out loud here right now. So some of the things you might want to be able to do is possibly when the bombs are falling is have maybe 2 different versions of the bomb, depending if it's on an odd or even line. And that way it looks like maybe like the little wick is flowing in the breeze or something. So you got one where it's angled left and where it's angled right. So as it's falling, it looks like the wick is kind of flipping back and forth.
That's a good idea.
That
right?
might be a cool effect.
Yeah.
But then you got to put more logic in there, right? Because now you have to, before you print it, you have to decide, am I in an even or odd line, and what do I print? You know. But
Right.
a real simple animation is by having 2 different versions of the bomb as it falls.
It's a good suggestion.
And maybe for the dude too, you can have different versions of the dude. So if he's on an even or odd position, he could you could alternate his arms being up and down. So you got arm, you know, just like little stick figure where you got your arms up. So you got this 2-cell animation as you move from side to side. It looks like his little arms are bobbing up and down as he walks. But
yeah, I think that would be cool.
Yeah, that might slow it down a little tiny bit. Those are the things that are going through my head too as I'm thinking about if I'm going to do Cosmic Aliens, though I want different versions of things. It would look nicer, but now you have to throw in more logic, more detections.
Right.
In BASIC, you know, the more the more you try to make your software think, the slower it becomes. So and so you're just getting points here constantly just by just staying alive. Right, so the longer you stay alive, the more points you get. That is very cool. Alan Huffman just joined us. He says programmable character sets were VIC 20 graphics. Did lots on my VIC with these the year I had it before I moved to the Coco. Okay, yeah. So I guess some computers, this was built into at least the VIC 20 computer.
Yeah, I think it was also available on the TI-99 as well. But yeah, it's always felt like it was something that was kind of missing from the Coco.
Yeah, and so not only do we have custom characters or graphics that you can create, but you also have like this color, this shade that I'm looking at right now. It's kind of a teal-ish green. This color does not exist definitely on the Coco 1 or 2. I mean, you might be able to get this color on a Coco 3, but you also have the ability of a lot more colors with the CoCoVGA, right? So you can customize the foreground and background colors.
Right.
Yeah. I picked it because it was my favorite color.
What would you call it if you had to give it a name? It's almost mint to me, like mint chocolate chip.
Yeah, but a little more blue.
Yeah, okay. That's
yeah, I mean,
cool.
along those lines, you know, too, we wouldn't have had to use black, right? We could have used a different color in place of black.
Right, and even the bombs could have been different colors.
Right.
I wanted to make the little,
The fuse?
yeah, like brown. But we
Okay.
couldn't.
Yeah,
Right.
unfortunately, that is a limitation.
Right,
Graphics.
you
We
have
only get 2
one
colors.
Yeah, one foreground and one background color. Here's another thing too. You could just like what you did with your Space Invaders, how you have like multiple colors of the same Space Invader.
Yeah.
It would be kind of easy just to have multiple colors of the bomb, and so like after a certain period of time, you just change the color, and that's kind of like in Centipede. You know, as you go through more levels, the colors change.
Yeah.
So just as you're counting clicks, you know, let's say every 500 points, you change the color of the bomb just to indicate the passage of time and that you're changing levels, or maybe even just flip a switch on the background color.
Right.
Real simple centipede hacks. You know, change the color of the centipedes or change the color of the background. Yeah.
Yeah, good suggestions. I'm taking some notes here. next version of Bombs Away.
Yeah. No, this is cool, but it gives you an idea of, you know, what you can do. It would, and so another game you could make that would be a lot faster is if you just printed stuff on the screen and made it scroll up. You could make like a driving game that would be a heck of a lot faster because the screen will scroll very quickly. So, and just, you know, so I was just thinking of like the game that Ken made recently, the Nightmare Highway. That one scrolls down, but you could make one that scrolls up pretty easily. And get a lot more color and get a lot more shape. So you could have different things on the road and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, didn't mean to put you to sleep.
didn't mean to put you to sleep. Johnny Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is really cool. So is there another one I can look at too that's on the disc?
So this is the only one that, besides CoCoVGA.
Okay.
The other program was an earlier game that Morgan put together. The other one is a number guessing game that Morgan put together earlier.
Okay. Do you want me to?
Yeah, you can check it out. You don't need
look
to.
at it? No, I don't mind looking at it. It's up to Morgan. Do you want me to look at it? Everybody's watching. Do you care if anybody sees it?
People can see it. I don't care. You can choose.
All right, well, let's take a look at that. Do I need to reset the colors, or will we keep the colors how they are?
You can probably keep the colors. I don't know. You replaced the exclamation point and the double quotes. I'm trying to remember which characters you replaced.
Yeah, I think those
So.
Yeah, so that's like the smiley dude is the exclamation point.
Yeah.
Morgan and Brendan's number guessing game. Uh-oh. Let's see. Okay, let's do extra hard. We're going to jump all the way into extra hard. Who will pick the secret number? So I want the computer to pick the secret number, right? Okay. So I have 9 guesses. What is the number and what is it a range of between like 1 and 100?
0 to 150.
Okay, so I'm going to start right in the middle. Type a smaller number. Keep on trying. Okay, so let's go halfway down from there. All right, let's do right around 50. Ooh, we're between 35 and 50. Let's try 40.
Narrowing in quickly.
45. Oh, wow. 48. You are the new winner. Woo! You know what I just did there? That's a binary sort. You just go take it in half and keep going in half and go forward or back.
Exactly. I was about to say, you just binary search.
So the exclamation point is
Our hearts.
It's hearts.
Yeah, because you changed your fonts there. That's cool. That's cool. I like the bombs away. I want to run that one again. And I love this minty color here. So just a real, and what I could do too while we're here, if anybody's watching and they want to see more of the CoCoVGA's capabilities, I think I'd have your whole demo disc here so we could look at one of your other demos too. Right joystick. Press any key to begin. Yes. It's so cool. It's so cool that these are just characters that are being printed, right? And you're doing print at, right? To print them on here?
Is that what you're doing, Morgan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been programming on the computer, Morgan?
How long?
I don't know.
since at least 9 this morning.
Yeah, you didn't just start this morning, right?
No.
Okay.
At least a year.
Okay.
Which is the first Coco Fest. I meant not wait.
I like it. I like it. What's your highest score you ever got on this game?
I don't know.
You don't remember? I remember you were at Tandy Assembly. Okay.
The highest score at Tandy Assembly this time was Liz with like 7,000 and some.
My goodness.
That takes some patience.
Yeah.
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 One of my first versions, Neil got to like 14,000.
Wow. That's cool. That's cool. I like it. Let me see if I can get a heart here. So we got things falling down from the sky. And you could take this same idea and make it, Elizabeth Hayes just came in and said that she had the high score at Tandy.
Yeah.
Hey, Elizabeth. Okay. She had the high score. So that means that Neil was nowhere near as good as Elizabeth, huh?
No, he didn't have time to play.
Ah, okay. Oh, but Neil did get on an early version, you said, that you sent him.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He played it at what? Oh, at the first or second
Yeah, well, I remember seeing this at Coco Fest this year too.
Yeah, it was at Coco Fest.
It was at Coco Fest where he said
Yeah.
it? Okay.
It was at the first Tandy Assembly I went to.
Yeah, which would have been the second Tandy Assembly.
This is cool. I like it. Elizabeth says, "Hi, Morgan."
Hi, Elizabeth.
That's so sweet. Oh, I got a heart and a bomb right next to each other. So let's see who I'm going to hit first. I got them both. So they just canceled each other out.
Yeah, if they're flashing, that means that they're on the same line.
Yeah.
So they just cancel each other out.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I like the dude or the person.
I want to make it a cat.
A cat?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. One of the things that I was thinking about doing, Brendan, was to do like a real simple, like a ladder type game, where you could have the ladder as one character, but you can have another character that has like your dude in front of the ladder, so you could already have your sprite with the foreground and background as the character.
Yeah, like a Space Panic or Lode Runner.
Yeah, any of that type of stuff, right? So
So for what it's worth, Carlos Camacho has actually provided a set of sprites, a set of characters that I demoed at a Tandy Assembly, but I sort of compiled into a screensaver. But those are available. He said that anybody can use them that want to. So I can post that disc to the website in case people want to use his character set. But it's kind of fun to create your own too. So
yeah. Can you maybe talk me through that real quick? I'll try to pull up one of the editor tools.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so I need to go to, I'm just going to reboot the computer here real quick. Yeah, and John's saying we could even do multiple climbing positions too, so it looks like it's up or down. Okay, so I have, is it CareSet disk? Is that the one I want?
Uh-huh. Yep, that's the one.
And then which program? CareSet Bass?
CCV Edit, the first one.
CCV Edit Bin?
Yeah.
Ooh, fancy with your binary files, huh?
Yeah, it should be a lodem and an exec.
Okay. CoCoVGA character editor. Press any key. All right. Okay, so this is the standard Coco character set, right?
Yeah, that's right. So there's basically 3 regions of the screen there, and you can kind of see that I've made all the keyboard commands are highlighted. The highlighted yellow characters. So the repository, of course, is where you have your full set of characters, all 256 of them. The editor region is where you actually edit a particular character that you have highlighted in your repository. And the pad lets you do something like, say, for example, you wanted to see what your characters look like side by side, or because maybe you have a character that's multiple characters wide, or, a sprite, quote unquote, that's multiple characters wide. You can kind of put those in the pad and see what they look like together.
Okay.
And the menu on the left sort of changes depending on where you are. If you're in the repository, you can do a directory listing. You can load and save a character set. You can copy one character to another.
How do I know where I am right now?
So right now you're on the @ symbol, and so the top left corner says you're on character 0, and that you're on the inverse @ is what all those indicators in the top left corner mean.
INV is inverse?
Yeah, so that's just to denote that generally on the Coco that's considered to be an inverse. So if you wanted to edit this one, you hit E, and you go in the editor, and the cursor would start flashing in the editor region.
Okay.
And then you can use these other, space or T toggles, so inverts back and forth, set or enter to set a pixel, C or clear to clear a pixel. If you want to completely wipe it out, hit W.
What's the grid do? Oh, here we go. Now
lay out a grid over the
see
top.
it. So here we can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 8 by 12 grid, right?
That's right.
So this is what our Coco character set was.
Exactly.
Now, how do you tell it that I want to use the text foreground and background versus the graphics foreground and background?
So that's sort of canned. You kind of don't have a choice. The bottom 128 characters are the, whatever color number 1 is, and the color number, whatever that happens to be for the dark green. Now you can change it with the palette editor, but they're going to always be the same for characters 0 through 1.
Now that I'm back in the repository, so I kind of don't want to screw with the alphabet, other than if I want to change the fonts, but I can't really make those colorful.
Yep. So yeah, you may want to pick a semi-graphics, and then you'd have the option of using a different color.
Okay. So here's the first semi-graphics symbol, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a quarter of the panel.
Right.
But let's just say this one here. Now again, these colors right now, until you do a palette hack, it's green. So your choices are just green or black.
Right.
And when I go down to the next one, then it's yellow or black. Okay.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
But to use an example of like Morgan's bomb, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to make this character, let's just say that this is the bomb. Okay.
Yeah.
And now hit E to edit.
Yep.
And
if you want to wipe it out and start over, hit W.
W to wipe, yes. And then if I want to make a bomb right now.
Yep.
Now here's the thing that kind of stinks. It would be nice if this was an odd color, right? An odd number, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, and that's one of those things too, where it's kind of like, well, you want depending on how you're going to use your sprites, you may want to use the full width, the full 8x12,
right.
But then they'll look like they're stuck to something else, depending on what you're doing. So.
Okay, so I don't know what the hell mine's starting to look like, but mine's starting to look like...
It looks like an egg.
It kind of does, right? I don't know what it is. Okay.
Or a hand grenade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super big, because I'm...
Wait, Daddy, look. It looks like if you took
looks kind of like a bug.
No. Oh, yeah, but if you took it this way, sideways, then it looks like a missile.
Yeah, it looks like a bomb. Yeah, different kind of bomb with wings on it. Yeah.
Or you can just say to yourself, you know what? I'm not going to worry about the fact that it's 8 characters. I'm going to base this on it's a 7 pixel thing, and I got a 1 pixel buffer, right? So then I would go like 3 over. All right. So you're making a bomb. Let's just say that this is my bomb, for the sake of bomb's sake. Now, how do I erase that if I screwed up? Oh, there you go. So you just tag it again. That just toggles it on and off.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you want to specifically set only, you can use S or Enter. If you want to specifically clear only, you can use C or clear.
Okay. So here's
a lot of times I'll just toggle the
here's my
bar.
bomb I just made. Now, if I'm done, how do I get out of here? Enter.
Okay. So you want to save it?
Yes, I want to save it.
Okay. So go back to your repository.
No. Okay.
Okay. Do S to save, and then give it a file name. There you go.
0.
And then drive 0 or 1. Yep. And then this will be the address. So if you wanted to use BASIC to load this in, it would want a default address. Usually I put it at E100, E00.
Daddy, it's my favorite color.
I know.
Thank you for using my favorite
So now
color.
you can quit out of here.
And is it a Q to quit? Or?
Yep. I'm sorry, it's break.
Well, I don't want to get out there because now let's say I want to make another version of this. You said I can copy this.
Yeah. C to copy.
C to copy.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm going to go over here.
Somewhere else and do a V.
V to paste. Okay. So now I want to do a variant of this bomb. So I hit E to edit.
Yep.
Okay. And so now, if I want to have some animation, I want this bomb to now. Well, how did I have it before? I had 2 up. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, but let's just say. There we go. Now I got a twinkly bomb. So he's going to alternate between being open and twinkly. Okay.
Cool. Sounds good.
Hit enter. Or hit R to get back to repository. S to save.
Yep.
Well, do I have to give it the file name each and every time?
Yeah, unfortunately, and I don't think it'll let you replace an existing file. We'll have to see. That's a limitation. You have to give it a new name.
Okay.
You're forced a version on whether you want to or
All right.
No.
Now, if let's say I want to make a yellow version of this one, I hit C to copy. I come down here and just hit V to paste.
Yep.
And now it's going to automatically paste it as yellow.
Yep.
I can hit C to copy, hit V to paste. So now if I wanted, so now the same thing like with Morgan's bombs now, she could make multiple colored versions of those bombs. So as the levels changed, you could just switch your color set.
That's exactly right.
Okay. So you're giving me some ideas here. I haven't actually played with this. This is really cool. This is really, really cool. So this is how you can change your semi-graphics characters, and you have 8 color options on a black background. These are the stock Coco colors, and on a normal Coco, this would be all you would ever have. However, because this is the CoCoVGA, we could change the palettes of these to 512.
Yeah, so on most CoCoVGAs, 512. On some of the later ones, you can choose out of 32,000 colors.
Wow. Now, is that something? Can mine be upgraded to that, or is it a different hardware version?
It's different hardware, slightly different hardware. But I did specifically work out with Ed the register set such that they're sort of backward compatible to each other. So you don't have to have completely different software or program the registers differently. Even if so it should be portable between the 2 different versions of the board.
Gotcha. John Lowry's asking, when you go to save it out, I think I know the answer to this, but it's saving the entire character set every time you save it, right? So it's the whole 512 fonts, characters every single time?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so this is how we can make symbols. So I will definitely play with this. So there is 128 text characters that can be redefined but not recolored, and then there's 128 graphics characters that are basically in 8 different colors. 1 foreground color, black background color.
That's right.
But we can still play with that, and we could have fun. So, because I remember looking at your Space Invader fonts where you had your Space Invaders, but you had multiple colors of those Space Invaders.
Yeah, exactly.
So like on this bomb here, if I hit P to pad, will that pad my bomb?
Yeah, so now you basically hit S to stamp it where you want to, and then unfortunately you have to go back to the repository and select something different if you want to paste it.
Okay. John is asking, because he has a Coco 2, how does he determine which version of CoCoVGA to order?
So on the website, well, certainly you can contact me through the website and we can figure it out. But there's on the website, if you go to documentation and what's the link? Actually, I can probably post the link to the how to identify your Coco. Let me do that real quick.
You just ask Coco, right? You say, Coco, what version are you? Right? Is it like Siri? Doesn't it just know that?
There it is. System identification. Let me.
So if I hit C to copy here, V to paste. Oh, look at this. So I love the copy paste feature where you could change colors.
So let's see. Dumb question. How do I add it to the chat?
You can't. You'd have to copy and paste it into either YouTube or Facebook. He's in YouTube. So you'd have to bring up the YouTube.
Oh, he's in YouTube. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Or if you just want to tell me where it is, I can paste it in there for you. It's on Coco,
sure.
Your CoCoVGA site.
Yeah, CoCoVGA.com, and then click on Docs in the top. And then System Identification.
CoCoVGA.com. Then we go to Docs, and then System Identification. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste this link for John Lowry.
Yeah, thank you.
And then I'm pasting that in there for him. Boom. CoCoVGA.com/documentation, blah, 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 blah. It's in there. Okay. Now, this is really neat. Okay. So this was, and honestly, I was doing this for me because I need to do this. So thanks for giving me the free lesson.
Yeah, that's fine. Thanks for taking the time to take a look at it. It's great.
So now let's run one of your demos that shows this. What would you recommend that I run so the folks at home can see?
Probably the CoCoFest 2018. So if you can go back to your menu, or Explore, or whatever it's called.
On the CoCoVGA, CCF 2018.
That's the one.
And which one? With 64C?
It should be CCF 2018 Bass. That's probably off the bottom of the... where'd it go?
RPG Bass, CoCoVGA. Sweep. Lower kit with C64.
That's not good. Oh, I wonder where it went. That's really strange. Huh. Yeah, where'd it go?
Hmm.
Would it be CoCoVGA 2?
No, I don't think it's on CoCoVGA 1 or 2. Those are the palette demos. There's probably an example on charset.disk.
On charset?
Yep.
And
then...
I think it missed the peer.
Yeah, run charset bass.
Charset bass?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So there's a character set. So if you wanted to, load your bomb character.
Yeah. So this is completely obliterated.
So this is the lower kit character set from, what was it?
Dennis Kitts.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so this is his character set that that Ed and I stole, and then I redefined the semi-graphics just on a whim.
Yeah, interesting.
Beto, where'd you take those two
So
pictures?
instead of every block being a hard pixel, it's a round pixel.
Yeah.
So, so a solid one is 4 of those round doohickeys.
Yeah. And the cursor. Yeah.
Okay, so this is an example of a definable character set, and
if you wanted to load a different one, we could edit the listing. There's one line you'd have to change.
What
in the
is
program
what is sweep? Is that anything?
You can try that.
Okay, this one is.
So this one, okay, yeah. So this is using my trick of changing. Basically, it's a machine language routine that changes the int x pin on the VDG at different points during the screen to give you a split screen between two different character sets.
Ah.
Daddy, when it goes up, they look like Lego bricks.
Yeah. Yeah, they look a lot different than the redefined ones, that's for sure.
So John is saying he's got an 8709416 Rev B on the board.
Okay. Well, I'm out of those right now, but I'm happy to add him to the waiting list if he wants, and then I can just let him know when they're available, and we can work it out then.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Oh, look at this. So now my CoCoVGA is in the different font.
Yeah, so now you're in forced lowercase mode because that's how I had left it.
Okay, so
That's
let's
weird.
go back. CCV Auto.
Yeah, so CCV Auto is a tool that lets you enter 64 column mode and optionally turn on a custom character set.
Beto, what's Easter?
And what is Slideshow? Here's one called
Slideshow. Yeah, Slideshow is something that Steve Spiller put together for me to, sort of early on when I needed to test out, does this look correct? And I could compare it, side by side, a text, a screen on CoCoVGA and either composite or on a TV to sort of make sure that things looked proper. So this sort of goes through all the different graphics modes, including the artifact color modes and things like that. So it's not particularly exciting, but it's a potentially useful test for me more than anything else.
No, I've seen your demo. We've run your demo before. I don't remember where it's at because I haven't changed the contents of my CoCoVGA folder.
Oh, so that would be in the mode demo, if that's the one you're thinking of.
Possibly.
And mode demo.bass.
Okay.
So this doesn't have any example of the character stuff. It only it demonstrates all the features prior to me adding 64 columns and custom character sets.
Okay.
It's a little older.
Okay, but there was one I saw. I don't know. So I thought I had downloaded everything from your website.
Yeah. So this would have been from that. So John, to answer your question, yeah, I prefer not to take any money until I know I can. So if that's all right with you, I'll I'll get with you, and we'll work out the PayPal stuff once I have some boards on hand.
And these I can press a button with and change these too, right?
So yeah, you can go faster through the demo. If you want to, there's another tool that I put together called CoCoVGA that lets you go in and change your palette colors, config, and load them in later. That may be useful to you. So
is that on this disk here or a different disk?
That is on a different disk. It's on utils.
Somebody's got the sound playing now. I hear it.
Yeah, go all the way down to the bottom. I think it was
Details.
Yep. And then CoCoVGA, that one.
Yeah, because I got the scan lines on right now.
Yeah. There we go. It's all cleaned up. So, basically just select the menu option. Like if you go into text, you can choose between the standard and T1 character sets. Those are both built in. You can enable and disable reverse video. You can turn on lowercase in place of the inverted video. There you go. You found the color editor. So this is my very simple color editor. So right now it's working on color 0, which is black. So if you wanted to change that one, you hit E to enable. And then the sliders, you'll see the little slider knobs showed up. So then if you hit R and either up arrow, down arrow, or pick a number, it'll give you that much red.
Gotcha.
Hit G and up and down. You can move those sliders around and pick a different color for black in place of black here.
All right. So if I want to go to color like 8, okay. Like if I don't
so
like
hit
that
S
orange.
to cycle through to color 8. So yeah, this is another tool that I need to port to C because it's a little.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna hit enable.
Yep.
And now we want to bring up the red.
Yep. So hit R and then use arrows or pick a number.
Okay, and then we can bring up some of the green, just a touch. Bring up a little bit of blue. Okay, so I just came up with kind of a poopy brown color. Okay.
Yeah.
So neat.
Magenta.
Magenta.
You can change the the color set. Like if you want the orange color set versus the green color set, right? That's what the C does. You can hide the legend, crap like that. But if you quit out to the previous menu, it will.
How do you get back to the previous menu? Q.
Q. Yep. So so you went into the palette. So now you can quit out of here, and then say, for example, these settings that you really wanted to keep forever, you could save out this configuration, and it'll save out a basic program and a data file. And that basic program is like 6 lines of code that you could potentially embed in a basic program of your own.
Okay.
That will, that will load these configurations. So, the sorts of things that are missing from this are like choose your artifact colors. You can choose your artifact mode. You can, like the effects has scan lines. You can turn those on and off. Border has, what you can disable the border colors altogether, or you T1 style border
so
colors.
Like, let's say I wanted, like, I think Ron Delvaux has done this. If you have like a light blue background, you always want your background to be light blue. You could save that and put that like in your Coco SDC in your auto exec file. So every time you boot up, you just boot up to your light blue background instead of the nuclear green. That
is exactly right.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Man, I can't wait to start playing with this. I really can't. Of course, I'll be starting off with simple stuff in BASIC too, but I hope to be able to kick it up a notch over time and get a little bit more speed out of it. But I think even in BASIC, you can get fairly good speed printing and poking stuff on the screen.
Yeah, well, and I think you're probably better at getting speed out of BASIC than we are.
Well, I got help. We all got help, so we got people we can reach out to. So
sure.
Cool. So one more time, let's play it one more time. We'll close this out as we started this with the bomb away. This is so Brendan gave us CoCoVGA, and Morgan gave us a game for the CoCoVGA. So cool stuff. So we're going to see how well I can do on Bombs Away. We need more games with bombs in the title for the Coco, I think. We have Bomb Threat, Bomb
Squad, not enough bombs.
Bombs Away.
Not enough explosions.
Yes. I'm noticing a theme here. But yeah, you do have the one challenge of it would be nice, and I know this is a limitation of the VDG, but you can't mix two colors in the same character. Yeah. But like if I'm thinking of like a Donkey Kong, you couldn't have a white ladder with an orange fireball in front of it. You just can't. So the fireball would just take over that spot, and he would just take it over. But if your character was the same color as the ladder, you could have a superimposed character as just a different symbol you put on the screen.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Or if it's a different color, even it almost starts to look like the games in what's that game system where the colors like change when you get too close to each other, like on the Spectrum and stuff.
Spectrum, right?
Yeah. So let's say you had white ladders, but you were a blue guy. But you have a blue guy on a blue ladder. When he gets in front of it, it just looks like a Spectrum game, So as a added vintage feature.
Yeah, exactly. The color bleed, just like on older.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. It's really cool what you can just do with just changing characters. It just, there's some interesting things that are being done with semi-graphics by Matchy and a few people showing off some semi-graphics demos. Yeah. But this opens things up a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
And then we haven't even gotten into the 64 column mode where now you've doubled the resolution, right? You get 64 by 32, and then you can have double wide sprites and all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
So, yep. Cool. Well, thanks for Morgan. Thanks for making this and letting me play it. This is cool. And obviously, Brendan, thank you for CoCoVGA and the whole team, you and Steve and Ed Snyder, who've been making this.
Yeah.
And
you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to review the game and chat with us.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let's going to end this with, this is what happens in every game I play. I end up dying. So we're going to, just let me get boinked on the head a few times and I'll die. And then we'll wrap it up. But yeah, you've given me some ideas. So I'm going to try to take some inspiration from you, Morgan, and make something too. Actually, your bombs look better than my bombs. I couldn't even draw a bomb as good as you. So this is good. Oh, even, because the guy, he looks a little bit like a skeleton. You could maybe do like a Halloween game with like little skeleton dudes and pumpkins, like orange pumpkins, and
pumpkins instead of bombs.
Yeah, you can have pumpkins away and.
Yeah. and then for the hearts, they could actually look like real hearts.
Yeah.
Hearts? Oh, like human hearts?
Yes.
I was thinking like candy corn. But,
candy corn.
Oh, make them crazy.
That was my good ear. All right. We're going to press the button on the live streams. Say goodbye to everybody watching at home, Brendan and Morgan.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right. We're pressing the button.